Davido's Timeless album becomes the first African album to top the US iTunes album chart. It is also the highest charting African album on the US Apple Music with a peak of number 2. This is a big win for the culture, for Davido especially, because the 30 BGs, they've got so many slanders and shades and dragons from the FCs, from the outsiders, from the CK fans, from the Fireboy guys, because these guys are, they are getting so many records, broken and stuff. But when Davido released his album, there are so many serious doings that this guy is really doing with this album. And this includes this record he just set, with this Timeless album to become the first African album to top the US iTunes album charts. No any African artist or Nigerian artist have actually ever done this before. Well, I believe by now you've clicked on that subscribe button and you've turned on the post notification bell, and of course you've give this video a thumb up. You drop the like. So as I was saying, Davido's Timeless album becomes the first African album to top the US iTunes album chart, and there's a receipt for this. You can always check your iTunes and see what's up. And as we all know that this Davido is not the first Nigerian to actually enter the US charts, but he's actually the first person to get to the number 1. We've had the likes of Fireboy, the likes of Davido. We've had Wizkid and Burna Boy. They've actually entered this chart now. And according to from the least to the highest, let me give you a list. Fireboy DML's last album, Playboy, actually it was ranked number 5. It actually was on number 5 on the US album charts, and it went no further. Then we have Davido, A Better Time. Is the album he released about 2 years ago, that featured a lot of A Better Time. Yeah, A Better Time. That featured the likes of Lil Baby. We have Nicki Minaj. We have a lot of artists on that album. This album was on number 4 on the highest picking Nigerian albums on the US iTunes. Then we have Wizkid, Made in Lagos. Well, we actually thought Wizkid Made in Lagos would actually will actually set this record, because this song actually blew up in the United States. It was everywhere. Essence was all over the place. In fact, this album is gold certified in the United States. Just got it gold certification, RIAA gold certification recently. But then when Made in Lagos was in town, when it was the rave of the moment, we thought it was actually going to set the record. But it was number 3 on the highest picking Nigerian albums on the US iTunes. Then we have Burna Boy, Love Their Meaning. This is his latest album that featured Popcan, featured Ed Sheeran, featured J Balvin, and others. And this album is really a nice one. In fact, it was nominated at the Grammys, but of course, he didn't win the 2 categories that he was nominated for. And of course, Love That Meaning was on number 2 on the top 5 highest picking Nigerian albums on the US iTunes. Then here comes Davido, who we've been anticipating his album for the past, few months, let's say a year. Timeless album got here in less than a week. This album sets this record, having been the number 1 on the US, iTunes is really a big deal. I'm telling you guys, it's a big deal. Well, there have been banters, there have been dragons, there have been shades from FCs on Twitter and on all social media platforms. Everybody's is bragging with what he has to offer. The Burna Boy guys are bragging with their Grammys. Wizkid is bragging with his, certifications and plaques. Then here comes the 30 BG bragging with what they have, the US number 1 iTunes. That's really an applause for the culture. This is, let's just, more love, less ego, let's preach more love. But that's that about that. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification bell to get notified whenever we drop new content. Give this video a thumb up and share on the social media platforms. Till next time, peace.